So with Irek, we met in Indonesia more than 12 years ago. None of us is Indonesian, obviously. So we work there as expats, both of us, and in two different companies. And fast forward till now, we are out of the corporate world, both of us, but doing different things. And Irek is my guru on multicultural teams. So he is a coach himself, helping companies to build high-performing multicultural teams. Himself, he spent many years abroad in 7 different markets. He's also a writer, and he wrote a great book, but I'll let him say a few words about it. So Irek, would you mind introducing yourself to the viewers?
Joanna, thank you very much. Really, that's amazing to meet you again here in Poland. Thank you for the invitation. Wow, about me. Now I have a problem what I'm doing because I'm changing my hats. Yeah, from time to time I am coach, mentor, trainer, consultant. I write. I love photography, so I am photographer as well. But as both of us, we had our previous reincarnation, previous corporate life, and there I spent 24 years working for a large international FMCG, and I spent 18 years as expat. Yeah, it started with Ukraine, Dubai, China, Russia, Indonesia, Hong Kong. I was doing some counts, and I believe I had 21 bosses of 14 different nationalities. So I reported to American, to Chinese, to Indonesian, to French. They're quite incredible, yeah, quite incredible. And funny to say, by education, I finished Arabic philology. So I speak and write Arabic language, which was quite big help when I worked in the Middle East. I studied in Krakow. I studied in Baghdad for 1 year in Jamia Mustan, Syria. And as well, I work in Libya as a translator of Arabic language. So I think that is kind of the very brief summary about who I am or what I'm doing.
But you are a writer. Just say a few words about your book, because your book is so good. Unfortunately, it's only in Polish right now, but we have also Polish viewers.
That is correct. So for Polish viewers, that is my book, which was my dream. Look differently, popatrz inaczej. And the concept is that from time to time, you look at something and you see chaos. Something doesn't make sense. But if you will make effort and you turn it and you look differently, you will find some shapes, faces, smiles. It starts making sense. So that is the book which I'm very proud. I talk about cross-cultural communication. I talk about my stories working in different countries. And you said about the Polish language. Actually, my objective for this year is to be in English, and I already started working on this.
Very good. Bravo. You should.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a wonderful book which helps a lot to understand the multicultural teams and how different we are. And actually, in this respect, I want to talk to you today because I'm talking and promoting empathetic leadership, which is based on heart, care for others, openness, and cooperation. Empathy. So that means that we should really understand each other from the multicultural point of view. But my actually first question, having your background and your multicultural perspective, what's your definition of empathetic leader?
I don't know, but I can tell you, I don't know what is the proper definition, but I can tell you what it is for me.
Yeah.
If you really are curious about other people, if you try to put yourself in their shoes, if you make effort to understand the emotions which are happening inside them, then you get closer to this. But here is my here is as well the remarks. Very often, people mistake empathetic leadership with the weak leader. Yeah? We have, especially in Poland, this vision of our leader is a hard leader, or if he's empathetic, he's a weak one. Yes, he's soft. That is totally different things. I met in my life people, the leaders, whom I would say they were very empathetic, and they were able to deliver. That was the moment when they were tough. And as well, I met a couple of them where empathy was absolutely not their strength, and at the end of the day, they were not too effective.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm saying the same on my, let's say teachings, that empathy doesn't mean you are weak.
Absolutely. But very often it is mistaken.
It's mistaken. Yeah, it's mistaken. Empathy means that you really have a courage actually to open up and to be human, at the end of the day, to remember that. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, just to remember that human makes business, not machines, It's as simple as that.
Indeed. And there is one more thing. For me, everything starts here with your self-understanding.
Yeah.
To have a courage to understand who you are and who you are not, whom you want to be. Because without this, it's very difficult to put yourself into the shoes of others. So for me, empathy starts with the understanding of yourself, and then you move to others and the impact and influence you make.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so happy you're saying that, because exactly it's very much in sync with my thinking.
I simply believe in this. I simply believe in this. Yeah.
Self-awareness is a foundation of everything. It all starts from there. And you know what's amazing for me, that you living in so many markets as you did as well, I met really not so many leaders who are so self-aware. I would say majority of them were not self-aware. So in that aspect, if you look at your own experience, what sorts of leaders were successful globally? Because you've seen the world. Mm-hmm. Which one would you identify as the guys who were really guys and girls who were successful?
I would say that they were they've been the people who were not who were able to turn off the autopilots. That they were able to adapt, that they were curious to understand environment, people, motivation, and and that is the word which is not very often used in the business. They were humble.
Yeah.
They were humble. Humble doesn't mean that they didn't have a proud or they didn't understand their own value. No. They had a, they knew who they are. But at the same time, they were humble when they were meeting other culture, situations, other people. And actually, I had great example across the nations. Yes, I still remember one of my mentor, great English guy, my Chinese leader in Indonesia. In Indonesia, that was as well in our company. Couple of the fantastic empathetic leaders, very much respected by the organization, and at the same time very humble.
Why do you think humbleness is essential? It gave them success.
Because it directly impacts trust which other people have with them. Yes. So when you see somebody who is, let's say, much higher in the organization than you, and he is humble, you start trusting him, because there is this trust in his character, the way how he communicates, the way if he keeps promises. May I share a short story from Indonesia?
Absolutely, yeah.
I moved to Indonesia in HR role. I was HR director for sales and marketing. We had a very good, very structured talent management program. And just after 2-3 months after my arrival, we started the cycle of the talent reviews in Indonesia. And of course, me coming from the headquarters, processes, everything. Yeah, I prepared the talent review meeting with the sales director and his direct coordinates. So big wall, thousands of people located in different offices in Indonesia. So I'm starting discussion, yeah? Dear sales director, whom we move where, etc., yes? What are the competences? And he said, no, Irek, we are doing it here differently. I will tell you. Him, we move here, him, we move here, him, we move here. Yeah? Said, okay, but you are talking now about moving somebody from the small office to the much bigger role. Let's talk about their competences, their knowledge. He said, no, Irek. 2 years ago, I asked these guys to move, to relocate to these small offices in the very difficult locations. And they trusted me that if they will deliver the job, something good will happen to them. And they will be relocated to better places. They trusted me, so now I will deliver. And I know that they will make their best to deliver the business results. So here is the list of the people and the location, and the rest we can discuss. Wow. What kind of the message it will send to the organization? Yes. Yeah. And he was the role model. He was very respected. Yeah. His decisions were not questioned. That's very hierarchical culture. And at the same time, he was humble and people trusted him.
Yeah. Beautiful story.
That's incredible story. Eh? And how much it tells about the trust which you as a leader, you can create in the organization because you are the role model. So your subordinates, you are increasing chances that they will replicate this kind of the behaviors.
Yeah, they learn by the example. Yeah. But there is a trust, but there is also proximity. And I saw it in Indonesia that the proximity, good leaders represents fantastic proximity with the team. They're really close. They know their personal situation. They know their lives beyond transactional.
It's very, that in Indonesia, trust is created via relation. Yes. I still remember one of my first meeting with my Indonesian team. Yes. 10, 12 intelligent, nice, young people. Our first meeting, we are drinking coffee, and one of the girls asked me, so Irek, are you church goer? Are you Roman Catholic or Protestant? Because I am Roman Catholic, so I will show you where is the mass where is the church with English masses. And Dodi, he's Muslim, but during Ramadan, he fasts only 5 days, and you can drink when he's around. And for me, HR, compliance. Yes, you don't ask about this. For them, it was absolutely natural. They just wanted to understand who you are, and you have to open up. You have to as well be humble if you want to be effective there as a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had the same experience. So it's all about trust, being humble, be close, be human, at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, it's just to be human. And it has nothing to do with ability to make tough decisions, business or people, give the feedback, make sure that your team will deliver. It has nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do, because at the same time you can do it. You can say things behind the closed doors. That's, I think, important as well. That's what Asia taught me, that if there is a tough feedback, not open forum, but close the door one-on-one, and go, right, for what you need to say. So you show the respect.
Yeah, I remember our meetings in Hong Kong with our team. We had the French vice president, yes, and our weekly meeting was like, okay, that was me and the people from the Asia, yeah. Oh, Irek, that is wrong. That is not acceptable. This doesn't work, yeah. Tomichi-san, absolutely wrong, bad. You have to improve. Bach, 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 yeah. And I told him, yeah, look, fine. There are the 3 small things which I didn't deliver, but look, here is the list of the 30 much more important which are done. Yeah, so what? You are paid for this. Bach, bach, bach. And okay, I was not comfortable, but my Asian colleagues, and that was people from Vietnam, Japan, Korea, they were leaving the meeting with the, Irek, if something like that would happen, this public bashing in our countries, that is like a biggest punishment which you can do to the employee. So and this French guy, he was a great guy, great sense of humor. He was funny. He was professional, but he was not able to get this cultural context and having this empathy which was needed there.
Yeah, absolutely. Which leads me actually to my other question about, I would say lost chances, lost opportunities, or mistakes, if I say that more directly, of international leaders that, sometimes even led them to leave the country or leave the company because they were failing. What was it?
Look, I saw it a couple of times in China, for example, that people coming from Europe or from the West, yes, Western culture, they just have a blind spot, huge blind spot on the things like face saving, keeping the face, yes. And by the way, how they were communicating with the local people, they just slaughtered them, yes. And the other people just refuse to work with them in the sense that they were proactively doing nothing, or the doors which for the people responsible for making business decision suddenly get closed, and there was no answering of the phones or the emails, and basically these people found themselves in the vacuum. They were not able to operate, and probably they didn't done it by purpose. They were on autopilot, no reflection, no curiosity how the local culture works, what is accepted, what is not. They were coming from looking to the reality from their cultural glasses, and my way or highway.
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that.
No, it's a huge mistake. I saw the same multiple times, and especially in Japan, which is a different and specific culture. And when we are foreigners and we live somewhere, we are expats, we have to adjust. It's not them adjusting to us, it's us adjusting to them. So people tend to forget it, and they go, as you said, autopilot, no reflection. And it's beginning of the end,
Joanna, yeah, I quite often during my workshops, trainings, I'm getting this question, yeah, but Irek, why we should adapt, not them, yes? So when this kind of questions happens, أنا أستطيع أتكلم باللغة العربية لأن أنا أحب اللغة العربية لأن اللغة العربية جميلة وفيها صوت وموسيقى. I'm switching to Arabic language and I'm saying, yeah, okay, look, I know Arabic, I like Arabic. I could expect that we will communicate in Arabic language.
Yeah.
But if I want to make impact on you, if I want that something will happen and I will be talking to you in Arabic, probably it would not be very effective. So I have to understand how to adjust And that is not only with the language, of course, yes, but with the whole, every tool which you influence the people and the organization. But in order for that to happen, I have to first understand myself, my autopilots, my cultural glasses, and then what you need. And I have to make effort to adapt, to change my style.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or go back home.
Or back home. Yeah. Yeah. And hey, Joanna, you have seen as well many smart executives who are very successful in their local, in their home locations. When they move abroad, they were just not able to function. And not because they were suddenly stupid, not intelligent, that they lost their business sense. No, they just failed on empathy, on understanding others, on adapting.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, similar experience with me. So Irek, just a little bit move forward. What do you think is the future of leadership? What kind of leaders are needed to cope with that changing world, with all the anxiety that happens in this planet for the next years? What would be your vision or advice?
I believe in simplicity. Yes, there are a lot of models of the leadership, a lot of theories, yes, how the VUCA impact, how the cross-culture impact, etc. I believe that life is simpler like that. I believe that if you are human with empathy and curious to work with other people, you will find a way. And of course, yes, you need to have a competency, skills, business knowledge, etc. Yes, that is not negotiable. But at the end of the day, I believe that success for the people, somebody who, the differences between the good and the really good sits in this very often underestimated definition of soft skills, yes. But for me, the soft skill, I don't like this, yes, because that's soft, yes, that's not strong. It's about this human face, about this human side of the management, of the leadership, curiosity, how to be role model, how to be a human.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I will not give you now beautiful theories and model because I believe in simplicity.
Yeah, no, I love it. Simple is beautiful. And I agree with you. You know, the hard skills are easy to acquire. So actually, you know, you need them, you can learn them. But then let's say the human part, the soft part, this is where you need to recall and remind yourself who you are. Because by definition,
but you can learn it as well, Joanna. You can learn it as well. And hey, you spend so many years international, me as well. Think about yourself, ourselves 20, 30 years ago. As well, we were different people. We've made constant effort to try to go out of our comfortable zone, to learn about us, to accept our weak sides, our gremlins, and as well to understand our strong sides and to work on that. And that's simple, yes. You have to make constant effort to develop yourself, to work on yourself.
Yeah. So actually that was it's interesting because that was my last question.
Really?
What the world has taught you, you know? What did you learn? If you would summarize your more than 25 years experience, and I think you spent like 16 years abroad, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that would be 18 years as an expat plus a few years in the working with Arabic culture, etc. So yeah, around 20 years altogether if I count everything together.
Yeah. So what have you learned?
So I think I learned to be humble. I learned not to judge. I learned as well that when you're traveling the world, maybe you will not learn about the world, but you can learn about yourself, who you are and who you are not. And then you have to be humble to accept it and to build on this, yes?
Yeah, fantastic ending. How many times he said humble? This is the humble man and great man. Thank you so much for your lovely conversation that was so insightful, and see you in other place.
Yeah, thank you very much, and really thank you for it to invite me to this your great project. I subscribe to your YouTube channel, and I hope that anybody who is watching us will do the same. You just need to go to the link which you have in the link, and then click subscribe, and that will be great story of Joanna's videos.
Thank you. Great advertising.
I'm just humble about what we should do.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.